Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Samir here, of course, and joining me here also is Nick from our team. So you guys obviously know both of us, no introductions required. We're starting at exactly 2 p.m. As promised, and I see that there are a lot of people here joining, which is amazing, very exciting. I'd also put up a post on Facebook, so we'll be going through many of the questions as we go along. Okay, so first off, without further ado, I'd just like to dive into a few things over here. If you've posted questions in the group, that's fine. That's amazing. Questions on the Facebook chat. I'll be picking a few and then talking about them. But basically, I just want to start off with some basic things. Yes, Kirk, it's my pleasure. It's our pleasure to basically do this, and we're backed up with support, obviously, and we can't answer all the questions because we get something around 500 tickets a day, and support can only do their bit, so they're going through the tickets. So we'll try to answer as many questions as we can today. So do you have video? Can't see you. No, I haven't switched on video. I actually didn't switch on video today. I certainly can, but I mean for the benefit of because we're going to be sharing Nick's screen most of the time. So I think we don't need video to that additionally. Okay, so the first question everybody is wanting to know is what is AppsKitPro and what does it have to do with mass mobile apps? Are they somehow connected? And what's the backstory on that? Because even the JavaScript, the Java call in the in AppsKitPro shows mass mobile apps. So talk to us a bit more about that. Okay, I talked about this in my first Facebook video that I did live in the group when the launch was still going on. AppsKitPro and mass mobile apps are two separate, completely separate businesses and companies. Yeah, so this is one thing to bear in mind. But there is a one big commonality between them, and that is me. I am a substantial investor in mass mobile apps, and I'm a substantial investor, obviously, in AppsKitPro as well. And the mission here was, our collective mission was essentially to provide a technology to the market through AppsKitPro that is possible to get at a very affordable price. And this is exactly what we have tried to achieve with AppsKit Pro. So that is what the idea behind AppsKit Pro is. Now, AppsKit Pro is not mass mobile apps. Yeah, so it's best never to confuse them. It does use a similar technological base. They use a similar technological base, which is why you see references to that. But they are two separate businesses. And I'm at an investor level, the commonality between them. It's not a reseller business. AppsKit Pro is not a reseller or something like that. Nothing of the sort. Neither is mass mobile apps some kind of a satellite of AppsKit Pro. So let that part be clear. Now, another thing to clarify right up front is this. There will be features that AppsKit Pro has that mass mobile apps won't have. Conversely, there will be things that are introduced in the mass mobile domain that AppsKit Pro won't have. Yeah, so I don't want anybody to have any confusion about this. That is a $250 per month subscription based system. So obviously the customers over there ask for features and get them as well, and that is perfectly fine. So there will be feature releases over there. So please don't, send me tickets or Facebook messages saying, can we have this feature? Can we have this feature as well? It's not going to be possible. That's mass mobile apps, just like they will never benefit from the kind of pricing AppsKit Pro has gotten. So we need to keep everything in balance over there. Okay, so then another question was, why is support so backed up? Like I said, about 500 tickets per day. Oftentimes the same tickets or similar tickets entered in 5 or 6 times by the same person, or a flurry of tickets over there. It just creates a lot of stress, a lot of pressure on the system, which is why we are still pretty backed up, but we are getting there. Mike, yes, this is being recorded and this is going to be put up, in the members area after we are done. Okay, so then there are a few questions about the front end offer that has gone to a subscription now, and that is not going to change. So you guys are all in and all safe, but new customers are not going to get the one-time price that we introduced during the launch price. Okay, so if some people have processed a refund and now trying to come back, it's just not possible. The OTO one, which is basically the pro agency topic. Now, pro agency unlimited means actually unlimited app. There is the code 999 over there. We have to use a maximum number or a high enough number over there. So we've come up with the code 999. If you see that over there, it means unlimited. I don't want people to get distracted by what they see on the top left side of the screen, which is essentially the membership level. So you say, I got OTO 3, but I don't see it over there. And did I get upgraded at all or not? Don't worry about those things. At times, JV2 doesn't send us the information to the software properly, so we can't update it. And it is just a display field. In any case, we'll see, or we check separately what your membership level is, and you will always get access to whatever you are entitled to. Okay, so then a quick thing about the reseller panel. We released the reseller panel. That was OTO2, but we've also taken off the offer off of the market. The resounding response and a few other things that happened. Basically, we've discontinued that offer, and we are not going to be extending it anymore. So I won't be able to entertain requests of getting more apps to their package, or changing levels or things like that, or becoming a reseller now. That's not going to happen. Two quick things about OTO 3 and 4. OTO 3 is the Droids package. Now, the Droid package is a set of 5 or 15 kits that you have subscribed to, and you get these at the end of the month. So if you've not, or at the beginning of the next month, however it is. Yeah. So basically what happens is that you get this in your mailbox. These are templates. You can take these templates and you can run with the templates. You can incorporate them in the members area and you're good to go. So if you haven't gotten anything until now, yeah, we just got done with the launch at the end of October. So the first time we can provide them is the end of November. So please be patient. You'll be getting something in your email boxes, and it's going to be absolutely awesome. So look forward to that. Last thing about OTO 4, and that's something to do with the Academy and Certification Program. Now, a small number of you are on that program, and it is being received really well. Some of you have asked for a gap to be there between the first session and the second session, which is why we did not conduct a session this week. But everything is recorded. It is not made available in the normal YouTube channel because this is VIP training. It is high level advanced training. So this is not made available in the YouTube channel. Or we send replay links to this separately, or they are incorporated in members in the members area for this program, and we'll be providing those details to the members shortly. Now, if you are an OTO4 member and have not received any email from me on this topic, please reach out to me. I want to make sure that I have included you in the distribution list because we get information from JVZoo, which is at times not complete, and sometimes names do get missed out in that. And we have to rely on that. There's no other possibility that we have, but we want to make sure that you are included in that as well. Okay, the last thing from my side before we go to Nick is there are a lot of questions as to, if support is so backed up, how can you send marketing emails? My business is not a one-man show, and none of our businesses are one-man shows. The marketing team operates separately from the support team, and both of them are doing the very best that they can. Which is why you hear from both channels from the business, and which is why you're getting promotional emails as well, because it is a separate part of my business that that takes care of that all the time. All right. Here is the thing. We want to now dive straight into into some of the questions that you asked. And Nick, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to ask you to maybe share your screen if that's possible. I'll read out a few questions to you, and let's just take it from there. How's that?
Hang on a second. Again, I can't share my screen for some reason. It's not allowing me to share a screen.
Not allowing you to share screen?
No. It's grayed out, the share screen.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yep. I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead with the questions.
All right. So I'm just heading over to. Let me just head over there. Just one sec. I was just slightly busy. Close down the browser window on me. One sec. The moment I open GoToWebinar, I'm just opening it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the first question essentially is relating to GDPR. Do you want to quickly talk about GDPR and what's going on over there? Maybe we can just quickly touch upon that.
Yeah, sure. We spoke to a couple of people. GDPR can be handled in a couple of ways. I'm sure inside the app platform. So we've got in the settings area where you have the where's it, manage info right here. You have an about us text box as well as the terms and conditions. You can put whatever kind of information you want. You can put your privacy policy, GDPR policies, all of that kind of stuff can be put inside of this area in the app. Even with URLs and links to external pages if need be. I don't know how stringent or strict certain markets may be with GDPR, but all that can be housed here, as well as we have a feature called the information tab, which is not turned on here. Let me just turn that on and show you. You can create graphics and or text to be added as well in the app. So here's the information tab. You just basically turn this on, hit the update button, and go back into your app. And the information tab is over here, and you're able to create sections with, call it GDPR. Hit submit, and now you can create items inside the section. So you can create descriptions and a whole bunch of stuff can be put in here. Again, you can create images, all that kind of stuff can be done. So you can handle it either with an information tab that can be housed inside of the app or in the settings area with the info there. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. It definitely makes sense. If there are more questions to this, by the way, we've been speaking to one very active member in the group and really appreciate your contribution. Urte Kamlein has been very active in the group on this topic and has provided some really valuable insights. So we look forward to your contribution on this topic going forward as well. So I mean, GDPR can be handled and can be managed really well with AppsKitPro, and any changes that need to be made on either the app side or our side, we'll be doing. Now, one thing to remember is that we as AppsKitPro are responsible for the data that you provide us as users, like for your email address, for example, or all what your data is. We are responsible for that. The data that you get from your users or the users of the apps of your users in turn, you're responsible for that. So you want to make sure that your policies and and stuff is in place, and we'll be doing another tutorial video on this specifically for you to get to know a bit more about this topic. Okay, all right. Then there's a question on from B, location-based apps per feature. Each feature requires location added on food ordering per location. How does each location receive its own orders?
So can you repeat that, please?
All right, location, it's about locations based apps, okay?
Yeah.
So per feature, each feature requires a location to be added. So food ordering per location, how does each location receive its own orders?
So we would need to set up there is an admin set up in the food ordering system. The admins are the people the email addresses that you enter when you're creating the app. That's the admin. If you need multiple admins with multiple locations, you need to let us know, because we would have to do that in the back end. Alternatively, if you set up an app with a food ordering system, you just add a location here, and then the admin of the app will get the notifications when they log in with that user ID, as well as the emails and that kind of stuff that goes out with the orders. The admin is here. Let me show you again, just so you're clear. When you're setting up an app, you hit the add new button. The email addresses you're entering here, here and here. This is the admin of the app. So whatever email you enter here is the admin of the app, and that's where the orders would be going to. Now, one other thing I saw in the Facebook group is when people were talking about broken links and things that weren't working, these email addresses need to be unique. We've had a lot of people send in tickets that they used their own email address when the email address that they use to log into the AppsKitPro system. They use that email address in setting up their first app, and then when they click on some of the features, there's broken links. This email address, that creates a conflict. This email address needs to be unique. You can make a fake one, you can make a garbage one, you can change it later. Everything in this thing can be changed. The only thing that cannot be changed is the username. That's unique. This cannot be changed, so be careful with that. But everything else can be changed. So when you're creating the apps, make sure the email addresses are unique. Otherwise, if it's the same email you're using, you're going to get broken links and things won't work. You have to delete the app and start over again. Or if you don't want to delete, the other option is you can clone the app. So let's say you created something and there's a broken links or whatever, and you did it with the wrong email. Come over here, hit the clone button, select the app, and then you can select right here what you want cloned. You can just say select all, submit, and then we'll take you to the information page where you enter the information of the app, and then we'll clone the app for you. And then you can start from that rather than having to start from scratch again.
Okay. Great. Then there is a question from Jeremy, and it's obviously also supposedly answered. Employee schedules, how do we set these up? And
let me just turn everything
where it only shows to the employees within the app and not everyone who has the app.
Yeah, 1 second. I'm just going to set everything. I'm just going to turn it on. Employee schedule is on. Okay. So the employee schedule, you need to set up employees. Okay. So you would have employees. Actually, we would start with positions. So we'd set the position, for example, manager. Give it a color code. Give it blue. And if you had multiple locations, you can just enter that and hit submit. Now, if you went to positions, you'll see the manager positions there. You can create as many positions as you want. You would come to the employee list, and the same thing with the employees. You create an employee. You can select from anyone that's downloaded the app or add an employee on the fly. Okay, just again, entering the information, and then that's it. So that's how you set the employees up inside of the system. How you create it so that the employees have a tab that only they will see. So we come over to the settings here, going to the home screen. So this is the default home screen of the app, right? What we would do is we would be able to add a new tab. So this is a screen everybody sees, right? Whoever downloads the app sees the screen. If you're hiding things that only employees will see, you would need to create a different screen, a different image for the employees, and you would assign that to that image. So for example, I can use this video, but what you do is over here, instead of calling it a scratch card, you would call it employee schedule, right? So if you call it employee schedule, now whoever has access, whoever's an employee, will see this tab that nobody else will see. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Let me do it a little bit better. I'll just
yeah. Try that again.
add it here. So I'll just add an image. So let's just I'll just go, where's the image here? Here's the one for the employees. I come down here, call it, where's the employee schedule? So now in this app, only employees will have access to this tab. You can put it whatever you want with the arrow keys, but only employees will see this. If you don't have a user ID, the email address for the as marked as an employee, you as a customer will not see this. Okay, so we have to have a separate image for the employees to be able to click on to see their schedules and that kind of stuff.
All right. Okay. Then a question to that is any progress on the SMS feature? A few integrations, even the sign up have the SMS option, but we don't want to tell this to a potential customer. This double verification option is ideal for restaurants and service-based businesses.
Yeah, SMS requires you to purchase SMS credits. We are going over that internally. We may release something where you'll be able to just, we use a system called Twilio. You could set up an account with Twilio and just buy credits directly from them and just connect it by an API within our system. That's possible, but we haven't figured out a way yet on what's going to go. We don't have a gateway that we built ourselves, so we're piggybacking off Twilio, and we have to pay for the credits. So you would have to buy credits. None of the SMS stuff will work unless credit packages have been released, and that's still we're still it's on our drawing board as to how to release and charge for that.
Okay. When is the chat feature going to be released? Is a question here. And why do I see the manage email program menu on my, why do I not see the manage email program menu on my dashboard?
Why do we not see what?
Why do I not see the manage email program menu on my dashboard? These are questions from Miguel.
On the main dashboard, the reseller dashboard here?
Yeah, supposedly, yeah.
He doesn't see this?
Right. Why do I not see the manage email program menu item on my dashboard? Miguel, if you're on the call, go head over to the Facebook group and you can update your post or
send a message in the Facebook group to me and to Samir, and we'll look into your account and see what but everyone has this.
Okay, great. So all right. Then yes, Miguel, the OTO 4 is available now. Okay. Bambi is asking, I recall having an app built for us was a part of the package. How does that work? No, not really. There were done for you apps kits that we provide, and that is OTO 3. But actually, we're not building full apps out for you. That's actually what you use the system to do. Okay, then Raj is asking about container apps. When are they going to be launched? The training link inside the app for clients cannot be changed. Is there a way that only certain people who have access can open certain features? I'll take the container apps topic. Container apps is a feature that exists in this system, and there is good reason why we haven't released it until now. And the reason is essentially that many people are in their development, they haven't even made their first app, and then we are talking about container apps. This is a very complex system, and it takes a lot of time to create container apps. And I can imagine the flurry of support tickets coming in and questions around container apps. So we as a business, do have to decide when we release what things. We'll release it really soon, maybe about a week or two. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll be out really, really soon, and then you can start using container apps. Obviously, they do come with restrictions and limitations of some kind, but you will be able to use them really soon. Okay. So then Steve wants to know, what is the status of the Zapier integration?
Zapier integrations, we're not really. It's not really in the immediate future. We're trying to get through the support and all that kind of stuff. As far as product roadmaps and things like that, we as a team, we're going to figure out how this is going to work. moving forward. There are certain things that were like the chat feature and the a couple other things I forget off the top of my head that will be completed and released because that was part of the sales package. But we're not sure exactly yet on newer integrations. But we will, like I said, we're trying to get through the support. What we're trying to do is trying to get answer to the questions of how do we do this? This doesn't work, or those kinds of things. That way, the support desk will be the burden will be lessened here. You know, the new integration, new feature, please reserve that for a different call or a different channel.
So how can we set up and use the clientele feature?
Clientele feature, you need to turn it on. So again, I'm going to make sure it's turned on in the back here. Clientele it's on here. This is also used for the clientele. When you come into, you log into your app, and in the features list, you'll see the clientele. Again, this is the same type of thing as the employee schedule. This is built only for employees. This is not users that, you know, customers of the businesses will not see this, will not have access to this feature. So you would have to come to the settings area again and configure an image only for the clientele. You would just hit instead of making this a schedule, I'll change this to clientele. And that now becomes whenever an employee, whoever is an employee would have access to this module. The way it works basically is when the employee clicks on the clientele in their app, the entire database of people that have downloaded the app, their client list will be housed inside the app platform. They'll be able to search and look for it. You can create. There's no clients in this one, but you'd be able to see the client list here. You'd be able to create follow-ups as staff goes, and you'd be able to create tags. You can create different kind of tags and automations. Here, let me just create a tag to show you like a new customer and plus. Okay, this is not connected. We have to connect the feature in the back. This is also using SMS technology. So we have to connect. This whole clientele feature is built around the SMS feature. When you're communicating with clients here, it's through text, not through push notification. So again, we would need to set up your SMS account and in order for this to actually work. But it's built for, you know, boutiques, car dealerships where salespeople can have a tab in the app where they can manage their own clients. They can create follow-ups. They can add them to tags. For example, if you're a car salesman, you can create a tag for, you know, BMWs, Mercedes, and when people come in, you can tag them with that. When you get new inventory, you'd be able to send images or video right through the text messaging. Again, it's strictly done through text. You'd set up a phone number, a local phone number for this specific app through Twilio, and then you'd be able to connect with your clients. The clients don't even have to have the app. This feature allows the staff and the business to connect and communicate with clients without the client even having the app. So you're communicating by a text message. That make sense?
Yep. All right. Okay. So then there is a question. Margaret has a question about hiding from our customers the AppsKitPro platform. Yes, I mean, I see 11 comments basically to it, and this uses CNAME and A record methodology. I think the best thing to do is to create a video on this, which we will do, and then, you know, we'll put it up in the tutorial section area. Or if one of you has something that you have created already, please feel free to provide that to us.
Facebook group that created one. I forget his name.
Yeah, I remember that as well. I believe it was Simeon, but I don't remember anymore. So anyway, so there is information on that. Okay, Bambi wants to know, is there a problem with images, specifically for the notifications image? When I try to change it, once it worked, and ever since it will not change. So I've made sure that the new image is correct, and but a JPG, no luck.
So a couple of things on images. When you're adding an image, let's say you add an image and it's called, you know, the file name of the image is image1. If you go back and decide to change that image and the file name of the new image is also image1, the system won't recognize it. So what you have to make sure is when you're adding a replacement image or changing the image, the file name of the new image is a different file name than the existing image. Does that make sense? Right? Yeah. So if I added an image here called image1, And then 2 days later, I said, I don't want that image, I want a different image. And I named the new image the same name as this image. It won't recognize it. You have to change the file name of the images. The other thing is in the file names, if you're adding a percent sign or a hyphen or apostrophes, that will create a conflict. It won't recognize those special characters in the file name. Special characters are used in the coding language of the platform, so it creates a conflict. It won't recognize it. So whatever image you're using, it doesn't matter if it's PNG or JPEG. The file name needs to be like, just alphanumeric, nothing else. And then if you're changing the image, the replacement image needs to have a different file name than the existing image.
Okay. All right. Varajai wants to know, is it possible, because they've done it a long time back, to publish the iOS app by themselves in the developer account, or the mydev.account?
Sorry, say that again.
They know.
Can you repeat that? Is it
possible? Is it possible to publish the iOS apps by myself in my dev account? No,
never.
It is not.
That'll never ever happen. We will never allow that to happen. Sorry.
Exactly. How can I publish iPad apps? As far as I know, it must have a separate
Apple
iPad account. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
Apple iPhone and iPad apps are published for you, so that's done for you. That's what you pay the $50 for. The only thing is you have to in the images, for example, the home screen images. You need where is the settings here? So in the configure section here, you'll see, for example, the background image. You'll see right here for the different sizes. So this is for here's one for the iPad. Okay, so this is a different size image. You can have the same image. These images need to be different sizes. Background image for the iPhone X, it's again a different size. So you have to come in here and then update those images. Otherwise, it'll still work, but the sizing won't look correct on the different devices. Same thing with the scratch card and punch card. And if you look at the scratch card, if you look at for example, sorry, we'll go back to the scratch card here. Same thing here, it'll show you cover image for iPad, for iPhone X, different sizes.
Right. Okay, good. Then Eric wants to know, how does one add a domain name in edit profile? When I try to do this, an error message shows that my email address is not correct because it needs the @ It is impossible to change myself.
Yes, we have to change it. We've made this not manageable. So if your email is messed up here, we have to change it for you. The other, yeah, that's the only thing is you have to have the correct email. If this is off, then it won't work. If this is not an actual email address and you're trying to update the domain name, it won't work. You need to give us that. That's something we have to do.
Yeah, that's a support ticket.
That's an actual support ticket.
Yeah, that's an actual support ticket. Okay, so Martin wants to know about GDPR. Yeah, we talked about that, and there'll be more information following on that. Okay, George wants to know, I have a client running a public house with food as a priority. How can we set up the restaurant feature so that the customers can book a table?
Book a table? We have a feature for that called reservations. It's in the feature section. Right here, restaurant booking. Turn that on and come back into the app. It would be in your feature section, restaurant booking. Right here, you're able to set up the actual seat. You can a seat map. You can have working times, all that kind of stuff. Tables. You can just enter. All that kind of stuff can be done right here. Again, these individual features have we'll have full tutorials. We've got that white label site too, the app admin site that you can go to and check out the videos on how to use these features.
Okay, so I mean, George follows this up saying that he did include a restaurant booking feature, but live on the app, it does nothing. My client and I are confused. The food ordering features online food ordering, which is not what we want. My client wants the app to allow customers to book a table in the restaurant.
What you used.
Yeah.
So what he said, it does nothing, it doesn't work?
Yeah, supposedly.
So, okay, so we can do a quick, we set up working time here till, okay, I'll just have Monday. working time is set. It's custom seat map. I can upload a seat map. If I don't want to use a seat map, I save that, and then we can add tables. Table list, add a table. So we just say table one. Table one. What's the capacity of this table? We'll say, okay. Table names already use table A. 1A. And then we use the capacity could be 6 people capacity. What's the minimum amount of people that you want to book the table? We need a minimum of 2. So we've added a table 1 now. We can continue adding tables. Table. And again, same thing. You can say this one's a 4-person table and we need 1 here. So we've added a couple of tables. So you can see the front end of what it looks like right here. Here's your date, what time you want to start, your reservation, how many people are in your reservation, you check availability, and then you're able to see table 1 is available right here. Table for 2, blah, blah, blah. You enter your name, last name. This can all be customized to how much information you want. And then check out, and that's it. Once you've made the appointment, it will show up inside of the platform under the reservations. You can set up different things in the reservation, your date format, time zone, all that kind of stuff. Reservations, currencies are here. All of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. How many hours do you need to have like lead time before you can book a reservation? All that kind of stuff can be managed right here. So it does work. I'm not sure if you understood how to set it up, but just a quick overview. Again, you just you set up the working times, add your tables, and then again, you can see exactly how it looks. This is also housed inside the app. You can also take this URL, copy and paste it onto your client's website, and they can have the same thing on their website as they have inside their app.
All right. Okay. Then Eugenio wants to know about GDPR. Yes, we are taking frontal questions on GDPR. There's no dodging these or whatever. So yes, so please stay tuned for more on GDPR and how you can address this. Nick, maybe you want to make a quick video on this topic and yeah, so we can do that. I know that we had it on the task list, but we've been also very busy with support. I appreciate that. That's fine. Okay, so a public roadmap, Joanna wants to know. I didn't think of releasing it, but yeah, it's worth a thought. I'll give it a thought. Okay, on the review setting, when a client can give a good rating, what are the possible websites we could forward the reviews to? Simeon wants to know.
The reviews are, I believe, in campaigns, reviews and ratings. You could add one URL. So where is it? URL for posting this right here. So either your Yelp, your Google, your Facebook, whatever review tool that your business is using will be posted here. And when a client makes a review, if it's a good review, it would go directly to that site where they can do it online, right through the app.
Okay.
So to answer the question, there's one ability to have one and only one at this point.
Right. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to talk about OTOs now. Then the other question is about payment processors. And in the country where I am, purchasing with the dollar is not a local transaction. It's an international thing. Could we suggest other payment systems to help people actually target local markets? Yes, I mean, payment processors and other payment processors can be integrated, but it is a customization, and it takes up development time. So it would be an additional feature that we would have to give you a quote on, and it needs to be integrated also in various modules of the AppsKitPro system. So if you're interested in a payment processor to be included, send it over, and it is something to the range of $700 to $1,000 to integrate a payment provider, depending on how many modules need to be touched. So yes, it's not a free edition that we're going to be doing, but obviously a customization is possible. All right. Any barbershop examples? Ahmad wants to know, yes, there is an answer to that. Okay. I'm gonna skip that 1 sec. So Heike wants to know, since the reward system is not tied to a POS system, can it be used for interactions other than purchases? And then you can also use the clientele system to interact with users and staff. In her, okay, long description about the concrete application. So your views on that, Nick?
Sorry, what's the question?
So it says since the reward system is not tied to a POS system,
Yeah.
Can it be used for interactions other than purchases?
And we have the action points. Well, the reward system, for example, this points reward is tied to our food ordering system. So if someone were to place an order through the food ordering system and you had points reward set up, they would automatically get the rewards automatically without any kind of interaction from anybody. We've got action points where you can add action points for these various actions. So sharing notifications, sharing an image from your gallery, completing your profile, checking out your website, liking your social media pages, registration rewards, any of these actions that you would, the clients that download the app would get whatever value you put in here. So you could say we're giving out 10 points for registration. We're giving out, $10, whatever the number is. It could be either dollars or points. So these are what we call action points.
Right. Is it possible to give points for different actions, such as sharing the job offer per network by email? For example, the app active employees are rewarded more than those who only share once. The referral feature.
Points, the way it works right now, it's right here in the load section, and these are the options you have. That's it. There's no other options. There's no other way to get rewards for other actions. Again, if we're talking about customizations, we're more than happy to talk to you about customizations, but please be aware that these are require dedicated resources, time and energy, and it's going to be a cost. So if you're prepared to talk about a cost, we're more than happy to talk about customization, but please don't come and say, we want this for $50. Don't waste your time. Don't waste our time. This is, again, we'll be happy to look at it, but please understand that there is a cost involved.
Okay, so I'm just reading through the other questions. Andre would like to know, I'd like to know about the reviews feature, specifically not the fan wall, but what the sales video describes as a review can be posted to Google and other sites to improve the reviews of a company. How can the review be linked to the Google review session of the company that owns the app? If it cannot be done, is there an estimate of whether it can be done and when?
Let me explain the review settings. The review
yes, please do that. Yeah.
First of all, what this is, it works on two triggers. Okay, you can set up a reviews tab on your home screen. So when someone, like right on the main screen here, you can put a button here that says, review us, or comments, or whatever you want to call it. And when they click on that, they would come to a form. The form would be basically asking them for a review. This is a smart system. So you can set it up so that the review, if, for example, it's a 5-star review, if you get a 1, 2, or 3-star review, you can take that to an internal form where the client then just fills out, put some comments in, I hated my server, or I hated my salesperson, blah, blah, blah. And then that form could be emailed to the admins of the app. If it's a positive review, or 4 or 5-star review, it would then take you to the link that I showed you earlier. This link here, right? It would take you to that link right away. And then they would be able to complete their positive review online. So it's a way to make sure that nothing negative is happening on the on your online sites. Does that make sense?
Yep. All right. Okay. So then there is a question about will the new rebate feature that's being developed included in many of our present OTOs?
The rebate feature?
No. Yeah.
No.
No. So then Mike has a few questions. Multiple like booking yellow pages look like they're a part of the app and not a link to another web page.
So can you repeat that, please?
Can we get the multifunction? I'm just reading it myself first.
Yeah, okay.
So multiple admin logins, is that possible?
It's not something that's there now. We have had some requests for it, but again, we have to figure out how we're going to be going forward as far as new feature releases.
Okay. Yes, this is a very feature driven question. The multifunction home screen, no, we're not going to be releasing it in AppsKitPro. That's a different platform. It's not going to be done over here. Okay, Ibrahim has a question. Is there a way to display certain items of the shopping cart on the home screen? They have 3 categories, category 1, 2, and 3, and each category has 10 items. If I make a hotspot on the home screen and link it to the shopping cart, when that link is clicked, it will be displayed in all items in all categories. How could I display certain items or categories on the home screen?
I will show you that. Let me turn on the shopping cart. I might as well turn on these other ones while I'm here. So we go into the features, we go to the shopping cart. Let me add a product, demo product, one, start description, demo product. Okay, so we got a demo product, we hit save. The item is there. Now we can have some attributes, we can put some photos, we can say what's in stock. I'll add $10, save. I don't have an image to choose from. Add a photo image. Hang on a second. Okay, so now we've got an image here. Save. So what you can do is on the details, the front end, you can see right down here, this is the front end of the product page. So you would have, if you have multiple products, you could, they all have independent URLs. So right here, you can see when I click on this product, this URL is only going to display this product. So you would come to your home screen, which is right over here. And in the functionality, you can just say, okay, over here, I want the, the Coca-Cola can. And then you go to the website link right here and copy this URL here. Copy and paste it in the, website here, hit save and done. So now when anyone touches this area on the home screen, it will go right to this product. They won't have to go through searching. If you have 100 products, it will go straight to this product.
Okay. All right. Then there's another question also from Ibrahim. I'll just quickly go through them. Could you please change the shipping tax options to be in the item instead or in general?
The shopping cart?
Yeah, the explanation is that I have many different size items, and you know that shipping charges or for earbuds are different than shipping charges for TVs, which weigh more and require a lot of extra shipping. So the way shipping is set up now is that shipping is the same for all items regardless of weight and size, etc.
Shipping is set up basically by location. So if you're in, Los Angeles, California, you could say from Los Angeles to New York, it's going to cost X. And then you could add different locations. That's the way that shipping is set up. You can have free shipping if they purchase over a certain amount. Taxes on the shipping can be there, but it's not based on weight or size. You would have to, we would have to see if we can make some adjustments there, but this is the way it's set up in our system at this point, based on location, distance.
Distance, okay. So, I mean, obviously the weight consideration is not here, but distance certainly is. Okay, could you please make the voucher discount on the shopping cart per quantity? For example, if I make a discount voucher for one item on the shopping cart and I choose the option apply discount for each product, When a customer tries to purchase this item, the discount voucher will be applied regardless of the quantity purchased. That means that if the customer purchases.
So right here, so
right.
you make the voucher.
I know. I'm just reading the question for everybody's benefit, Nick.
Okay.
So if the customer purchases one quantity, because if someone's listening to the recording and if they don't have the Facebook chat, then they can make sense. So if the customer purchases one quantity or 1,000, the discount is the same. Is it possible that the discount is multiplied by the quantity purchased? Go ahead, please.
So right here, you've got two options. It can be on each product or the total amount of the order. So if I'm ordering 10 iPhones and each one is $1,000, it's $10,000 order. The voucher would only be, if you only wanted to give it on one per item, you would use this, each product. If you want to give it on the entire order, it would be on this tab.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And then you can also, for example, you can see each product. I can select a product here. If I had multiple products, this voucher code will only work for this product. You can do that as well.
Okay. All right. Then Steinar Gerstall wants to know, is AppsKitPro able to convert web pages into native apps and into PWA?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay. Is AppsKitPro able to convert web pages, which is links basically, into one, native apps, and two, into PWA?
This is a native app builder.
Exactly.
We can take URLs and put them into the home screen as you just saw, but we cannot convert anything. This is not a website builder. This is a mobile app builder.
Okay. All right. Then Leroy wants to know, will there be a tablet and iPad support in the landscape and portrait?
Sorry, will there be
a tablet and iPad support? This is for tablet apps
support?
Basically.
What do you mean tablet and iPad?
I don't know why support. I'm not sure about that, but will there be tablet and iPad support? Leroy, if you're listening to this, please go and detail your question, maybe so we can understand that a bit better. Will there be a tablet and iPad support in landscape and portrait?
The mobile apps are all 100% built on vertical displays, not on horizontal. So that will, those aren't, the whole infrastructure would have to be changed. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, and we're not going to be doing that.
That's right. No. Okay. So James wants to know, is there a way we can rearrange the menu the way the client would like?
The hamburger menu?
Yeah. I think that it has to be the hamburger menu. It's not written here, but I'm assuming also it's the hamburger menu. I don't think
the hamburger menu. If you want customizations to the hamburger menu, the best thing to do is come over here in the create section, and you have the option in the menu area right here, design menu. You've got 4 options. These 4 options are restricted. This one only gives you text. You cannot manipulate anything except for the colors. This one, same deal. You can put an image here, a rectangular image. This one you can do a square image. But this gives you the exact same functionality, the technology we're using on our home screens with layout number 4. So if you select layout number 4 and then hit the update button, now come over here, go back into your settings, you see the home screen. Underneath that, you'll see set menu. So over here, you're able to upload an image, and then you can map out the image any way you want. So I'm just gonna put this here for now. So again, you would select your image, and then you would call it multifunction. And here's my image. And now when I go here, I can make my hotspots, and I can say this is going to go to the the home screen. This goes again all the same kind of functionality you have, like exactly like you got on the home screen. So this gives you you cannot get more flexible than this system as far as customizations go on the home screen or the menu. Now the menu is also the same way. So you can upload your own image, you can make the icons look whatever size you want, you can put whatever you want on the menu. If you only want 2 things on the menu, if you want 20 things on the menu, it's totally up to you.
Okay, all right. So then let's, Emily wants to know, how do we show prospective client samples so that they can see an example of the app in their niche? Any ideas there? I mean, we have many apps built with this system. So what are our thoughts there?
So if you're trying to show a demo to a client, if you're talking to a client that they want, you want to show them what it looks like, you can build a demo of their app. On Android and Android alone, we have a tool called the preview tool. You can download that app and then punch in the preview code, and you can see the app functioning inside the screens. Everything looks fantastic right on their devices. So you can get your client to download the Android preview tool, punch in their preview code, and then they'll be able to see the app on their phone. Alternatively, we use that tool called Appetize. Same thing. You can. It's basically for Appetize, you would have to build the app out, get to the APK file, and once you've got the APK file, you'd be able to view that. Samir, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm just taking going through a few more questions over here. Just taking a few here. So Leroy, yes, we talked about tablets and iPad orientation. It is what you're talking about is to landscape, but there is these are all vertically oriented apps. Okay, so let me take a few more. So Billy Bifter has a few questions. Okay, this is, why does the date of birth field keep reverting to 0000 in my client's customer's backend? That actually should not be happening. Could you provide us a screenshot of that happening, please? So we'll take a look. Can also ask Nick if he's seeing that as well. As a business owner using my client backend, I would want my staff to access the food order menu, for example, but not the working schedule. Can this be password protected? Typically not. No, this is not something that we had set up in the features. Okay, how will the new Google Apps platform affect our APK AppsKit? I think the best person who can answer this is Nick, so we'll wait for him to get back. Okay, so then a few questions about OTOs. Once again, so I'll just explain about OTO3. It is a set of kits. So it is kits that one gets of home screens, and either 5 kits or 15 kits, and you can take these kits and you can integrate them into your backend members area, and you're good to go. You can create an app just going from there.
Sorry about that, guys.
So that's what that is about. So and you'll get them at the end of the month. Okay. Billy was asking that the date of birth feature, or the date of birth field, keeps reverting to 0000 in the client's customer backend area. Are you seeing that again? I'd like to see a screenshot of that.
Date of birth?
Yeah. I didn't see that happen, but
no, I've seen that before. I have seen that before.
Oh, you have? Okay. Right.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I forget what the fix was for that. Just send that. Yeah, if you don't mind, you send it to me in Facebook Messenger, or I know that the support desk. Okay. Send it to me on Facebook Messenger, and I'll respond to you there.
Right.
Or send it to me. So,
yeah, just send it to me, and okay. So and then as a business owner using my, so okay, we had this question already. How will the new Google App platform affect our APK system in AppsKit?
The new Google App platform. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, are they talking about if there's any updates to operating systems, we handle that. If every year they bring out a new version of their operating systems. If there's any issues that are causing apps not to function properly, we fix that.
Yes, that is something that we take care of that for all our apps and your apps as well. So so that's not a problem at all. Bob wants to know, can you tell me, okay, this is a survey question. I think we've had this before. Can you tell me if there is some way that I can export the exact responses to questions and results of surveys to an external database or website? Please do not tell me that I can see the percentages and responses in the backend. I know that. I need to collect data via either CSV. Yeah, the answer is no.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
At this point, the answer is no.
Yeah. Okay. I want a simple app where I can charge people 2 things: download a PDF and list of PDFs. Okay, so this is a feature that we actually don't have. Leroy wants to know, reservation booking system like Airbnb, is this possible with this app?
Nope, not at this point. Again, the
feature
those will be new features, and we haven't discussed how we're going to.
No. All right. Okay. These are also new questions on the Facebook post here. So is the Twilio setup working for us to use on our Twilio accounts, is what Matt wants to know. To clarify, is it mandatory to pay? Yes.
It will be
Is it
coming.
mandatory?
It will be coming. You'll be somewhere down in the next couple, week or two maximum. It should be ready to go. But that will come. We've got to. I don't know if this is. We're kind of running out of time at this point, but I don't know if it's productive for people to get on, weekly calls like this where we can answer questions live. And is that better? Or do you guys want? I know the support team is overwhelmed, but should we do this like maybe another time?
That's actually a great idea. By the way, just for everybody's information, Nick is actually moving houses right now. But I twisted his arms and said that we need to do this call, and actually he's very excited about that as well. So Nick, we much appreciate you taking the time to do this. But just generally, and yes, and we did say this is going to be an hour, and we're going to also draw it to a close right now. I obviously haven't been able to take all the questions that have come in the chat, but the overwhelming response over here, Nick, and for everybody is yes. James says yes, Steve says yes, Ray, Andre, yes. Weekly, yes. Great idea to have a weekly webinar. I think weekly and monthly training for customers.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll try to see how the frequency is. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Samir.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to just say before everybody goes is that if you guys have things for new features and things like that, we'll figure out a way for everyone to communicate. And if you guys want to get into a meeting on some or another webinar like this where we talk about strictly about new features and what would make sense, and we can figure out a way to I guess pay for that kind of stuff internally, then we can see how we can add those kinds of things. We'll talk about it internally with Samir and Madhav and the team, and then we can figure out a way forward on those kinds of things. I know a lot of people are asking, can we have this? Can we have that? It's a powerful tool, but there's always going to be customizations you want to do. We'll figure something out as far as that goes, and see what we can do to alleviate that.
All right. Okay. So we'll also fix a kind of an acceptable frequency for this. So like a how-to kind of a session, and let's do this more often. I think it seems to be a very good idea and is being received very well. Ron says good idea to talk about features. Great. Okay. Wonderful. Let's draw this to a close. And yes, Ron, Academy is still alive very much. I think you missed the earlier part. That is OTO4. And we're going to have the second session on Tuesday. There were many responses that we should space the first and the second session as well for everybody's knowledge that we're talking about OTO4. So yes, that is very much alive and kicking, and it's an awesome program. So look forward, Ron and everybody else, to that session as well. Those are much detailed trainings on sessions.
I'm going to have to sign off, everybody. Thanks for your time.
Good. Thanks, everybody. And let's draw this to a close. I'll put up a recording soon. Thanks, everybody. Good night.